Hello, hello, my lovely Taurian friends. Welcome to Soulsake Tarot. My name is Christina, and I'm going to be doing your general read for the upcoming week of January. I hope that y'all are doing well. Let's see what's going on with my Taurus. The animal. The creator. The womb. Fault line. They're just popping for y'all. Oh my god, that's like 10. We're not doing 10. Not doing that many. Sorry. Okay. Creator, the womb, the animal, the fault line. I mean, with just these 4 cards, sorry, I feel like the fault line, the creator, the womb, and the animal. I feel like there's been this, this ending that you guys have had, and just things kind of like falling apart a little bit. But I feel like you are, in this upcoming week, or this upcoming influx of energy, however long that is, are really focused on, I want to say, moving away from the fault line, moving away from the brokenness and the endings. And I want to say working toward creating a safe environment for, I mean, I get the feeling that it's like with somebody who you've had this like falling out with. It could be somebody new altogether, that, like this ending has occurred, and now you're, like you're set toward, something that feels like it will be like an opportunity to create something safe. Or it could be for others of you that you are, like this ending has occurred, and that you're wanting to return to this person, like in a focused manner, because I get the feeling that, while we're going to reach back. It's just that idea of you were always placating. You were anticipating people's desires and how they would disagree with you, or how they would, like you were anticipating these reactions, and you were allowing for it to control you, and you were trying on all of these different things, but none of it ever felt right. And it's kind of like you needed to break out of this unhealthy like mask that you had been embodying, or had been embodying you, and it's kind of that idea that you broke out of it, but with that came a lot of I mean, just like destruction and like a crumbling away of things, and pulling away and kind of getting on your own 2 feet, standing on your own, like coming into yourself a little bit more. I think when you carry another persona for so long that it consumes you, or it covers you, armors you, when you take it off, it's kind of like learning how to use your legs again. You're like, okay, like, whew, like who am I now that I'm trying to anticipate my needs? Like you were so practiced in anticipating others' needs and others' concerns that you had lost touch with what you even really desired. Kind of like that box in the back of your closet. Like that was everything that you had just kept ignoring over the years. And now you're opening it up, and you're exploring it, and you're coming into this better understanding of yourself, and you're feeling a lot more comfortable and confident and ready to create something that you have your eye on. Could be, like a figurative eye. You have, oh my goodness, my stomach's crawling. I haven't eaten yet today. I'm so hungry. It's been a crazy day. But anyways, it's just that idea that you are, I think, setting your sight on something that is sincere to you. You've caught sight of it. Now that you've caught sight of it, you're directing yourself to it. You're creating something that feels safer to you. I mean, the the contrast of the fault line in the womb. I mean, the womb is a place where you can grow and develop in it, and it's a safe environment, whereas this is just like you're constantly waiting for everything to fall apart. And it's just kind of like this idea of moving away from a foundation or a lifestyle or a life or a relationship that always left you feeling like everything was just about to fall apart, and into a place where you're creating and sustaining a safe environment where you can grow and develop as a person and an individual, outside of the stipulations that left you feeling unseen, I want to say. The Emperor and the Queen of Swords. I mean, this is a lot of like determined energy, decided energy, which I feel like the Emperor goes really well with the animal, like the energy of the animal. I mean, the Emperor's like, he's not fucking around. He's there. He's decided, this is what I'm doing. Gender neutral. And then the Queen of Swords, is just kind of that, like, I'm going to cut away with the bullshit. I'm going to cut away with all the things that were standing in my way. Again, kind of like what I was just saying, the idea of, and then you have the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And again, and then the Nine of Wands, or Eight of Wands, sorry. And again, it's that idea of like, now you're wanting to really create something that you can tend to, something that is conducive to your growth, and you're moving toward it with this focused intent and decided mentality. Okay. Let's see what else we can get from my Taurus. Page of Swords. Yeah, I mean, just focusing on developing yourself, developing your skills, developing your passions. Now that you're kind of more in tune with it, I think it's enabling you to really develop it. I think there had been an element of just kind of feeling left behind in a lot of ways. Like, you stunned it out and everybody else kept going, and you were like, I got to come out of this stunt and really play catch up. Not catch up, catch up. Because again, I kind of get the feeling that you feel like you've got a lot of ground to cover. And then you have the Three of Wands, which is a creation card. I mean, it could be that you have a relationship that you're seeking out, that you're wanting to really create something. I mean, the womb and the Three of Wands is just this idea of like nurturing, and the Three of Pentacles. Lots of threes. Is that idea of just tending and caring for something that's going to really grow and develop into something you're passionate about, I want to say. The Tower. The Ace of Cups and the Magician. So, I mean, fault line, yeah. Everything's crumbling. Everything's, like, that's been ending. I feel like that's kind of where you've been coming from. It's just like this end that has, I want to say, like, refocused your attention in a way that's wanting you to really, or that's allowing you to really focus your energy on creating a new intimacy. Again, this could be with somebody entirely new, or it could be, that some of you are going back to, this person that you had this experience with previously. Take it how it resonates. But it's that idea of, manifesting and creating this new, sustainable, healthy environment for yourself where you can thrive and enjoy life and feel, happy. What else we can get here for y'all? The Mountain, the Eternal Child, and the Maiden. again, I feel like you guys have just kind of come out of this state of being that has been hard. It's been a rough go. You guys have just had a lot going on. You've had a lot of endings. You've had a lot of just kind of like dealing with the trauma of all of the endings, moving and transitioning in new directions in life. And I want to say that now the eternal child, especially with the Ace of Cups, I feel like there's just this idea of moving forward with this open curiosity, an open curiosity for, like what you can create in life, what you can do next. I mean, children are so curious by nature, like you can stick them with a box and they'll be like, what can I create of this box? Like, look, I'm an alien, or, look, this is my castle, or, I mean, like, and you're like, I love it, like it's a box. But that's the idea, that you have this, like, this curious mind that's ready to kind of like turn things into something amazing. I mean, there's really just a strong energy of creation and curiosity and excitement, and just like ready to like move forward to this new version of life. Let's see what else we can get here for you guys. It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe, yo. I dig it. Get anything else? I'm waiting. Sorry. The Four of Wands and the Nine of Swords. I feel like this plays into the idea still of just this, when things are ending and you're no longer anticipating everyone else's needs and now you're anticipating your own. The Four of Wands is just somebody who is kind of like an entrepreneur card. Somebody who's got everything set up, they're ready to go, and they have this better understanding of, keeping in mind with this, of how they want to move forward. It's kind of like, now, like what you're passionate about, now where you want to direct your focus and your energy, because you've come into this understanding of yourself. I think through all of these endings, through all of this chaos and destruction, you're coming into an understanding of yourself, and you are feeling comfortable and confident in going in the direction that you want to go. So I don't know if this is like a career change for you all, or like a business that you're starting, but that's kind of the idea here, that like now you have a better idea, and now that you have a better idea of something that's really, true and valuable to you, then you're able to start creating this new success for you. And I mean, considering the fact there's not really, other than the Three of Wands, which can sometimes be a relationship card, it could be that you guys are just really moving toward creating this new life for yourself in a sincere manner. Like not necessarily that there's love involved at the moment, just that, you've gained this insight to yourself, and you're becoming more intimate with who you are. Intimacy isn't limited to only with other people. We can have an intimacy with ourselves, an understanding of ourselves, what makes us tick, what makes us happy, what makes me cry, laughs, like whatever, what drives me, what's my passion, what inspires me to create. And now that you're having that better understanding, you're really able to kind of move into that arena, and playfully engage with it, because it's something that just brings you joy. It's something that like brightens your eyes. I feel like the eternal child, like you just, you're like, yay, my box is a castle now, but that's the energy behind it. You're like, oh yay, like I'm gonna be doing something that I really am passionate about now, and it lights you up, and you feel excited, which is fantastic. I'm loving this read right now. Let's see what else we can get here for my choice. Oh, biscuits. The Knight of Swords. So, just kind of like pulling out this. I mean, the Knight of Swords is kind of like a speaking of the truth. Oh, good. Okay, hold on. These cards like clean across the room. Okay, the Knight of Bangs. Sometimes you just name change, The Knight of Swords and the Ten of Wands. And I feel like this is you just really acknowledging. I mean, it's a process, right? I mean, you go through an ending that's significant in life, and it sticks with you for a hot minute, and sometimes you ignore a lot of the elements that you just don't want to acknowledge it. You don't want to see it for what it is because it's too upsetting. It's too traumatizing. There's been too much destruction already. There's too much bad already. And you weren't really to face yourself through that in a sincere way. And I feel like this truth that you're speaking is almost like you're speaking especially with the Magician, it's like you're speaking your desires into existence. Like you were too afraid to say what you really wanted before. And now you're ready to say, this is the direction I want to go. It's almost like this ending that you experienced, I feel like there was this rejection that you guys were having, but like in that ending, in that rejection, it gave you the ability and the courage to really speak on what it was that you actually wanted, because I think that you had still been keeping this person in the back of your head, and you were still making your decisions based on what you thought that this person wanted. You were like, this is how I've always saved everything. This is how I've always kept everything intact. And now you're like, okay, fuck it. I'm just going to speak what it is that I want. I'm just going to say it, because if I don't say it, then I won't live it. Kind of like pep talking yourself, manifesting that magic, speak it into existence. That seems really powerful and like a good place to stop. Like you guys are you're finding yourselves in this ending, and you're moving forward, and you're creating something that's going to feel safe, and it's going to feel like an arena in life where you can really grow and develop, and you're moving towards it very decidedly. And I think that that's because you've always known what you really wanted. You've always known, but you've always dodged it. Like if I don't say it, it won't be true. And now you're like, I didn't say it and it wasn't true. So now I'm going to say it and I'm going to make it true. And I love that energy. Get it? All right. I hope y'all have a fantastic week. If this resonates, thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.